G'day guys, Carl Jocumsen here. I'm on Lake Louisville in Texas. Been doing a little bit of just a little bit of practice fishing from upcoming tournament, and it's pretty tough fishing out there. So I thought be a good chance to show you something I've been working on for the last couple of years, and I've just sort of I sort of stumbled across it when just mucking around with spinnerbaits, and I realised that I think this is going to work really well back in Australia because I know how well it works here. So this is a Bassman spinnerbait. You can throw it around lots of different structure. You can cast it over things, you know, through timber, through logs, through weeds, lily pads, anything. But they're not a very good lure for skipping underneath things because they bite in with their skirt, the blade, they bite the water. So a lot of situations where you can skip a unweighted plastic or you know, your favourite lure up underneath the dock or underneath some branches, it hasn't really been done too much with a spinnerbait. Well, with a few different plastics, and one of the ones that I use is the squidgy mongrel, it creates a base for that spinnerbait to skip off. And this one's a 1/4 ounce, and I can do it with 3/8, and you can even do it with 1/2 ounce. Just takes a little bit more effort, but when you get the right setup, you can do it, and I'll show you how. So this is my squidgy mongrel box. One of the most versatile plastics I've probably ever used. I've caught so many fish, different species from salt, freshwater, and all the way over to the States. They're one of the best plastics I've used. They've got the best action and at a really slow wind. So that's the squidgy mongrel. It's a small one. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to chop him off there like that, and as you can see, they're hollow on the inside, so they work perfect on these TW Bassmans. They have that nice little hidden weight running down the hook, and I'm going to use the gel control super glue. So this stuff's good. It's not liquid. It's not going to run everywhere on you. So it's a gel, and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit into there. Now I'm going to thread him on. You'll see there's a spot for the hook to come out, but I just go past that, and then it perfectly will just slot over that, nice and straight. That glue only takes a couple minutes to dry, and now you've got that little paddle tail hanging out the back, and at a dead slow wind you can see how well that plastic moves. So with the skirt and everything, they're hitting a spinnerbait because they think it's either one large fish or it's a big ball of bait tightly packed. So that's the squidgy mongrel, a single blade, and I'm going to show you how to skip this up underneath some docks and stuff like that. But in Australia, I think you're going to be able to use it. Saratoga, sooty grunter, the bass guys, Murray cod especially, and definitely yellow belly in the rivers where you get all those overhanging logs. This is where it's going to work best. So one of my favourite reels, the Corrado, I use a 5-to-1 so I can get that nice slow roll. This is the Corrado 200 G5, and as always I've got it loaded with 20-pound Power Pro Super Slick. I'll talk about this a little bit later in some other videos, but Super Slick has such a soft coating that it's dead quiet through your guides, and that is really important. I've learned over here that if you've got a rough braid that's noisy through your guides, that actually transfers down into your lure. So you want a nice quiet soft braid, and this one is quiet and it's really good on shock resistant, which is important. So I've got it down on a fluorocarbon leader and on a Miller rod Blade Master, ready to go. So let's see if I can skip it around some of these docks. So as you can see in front of me, I've got like these little holes here that fish are hugging in behind, and normally they wouldn't see a spinnerbait back there, but I'm going to be able to skip this lure up underneath there and get it to where fish have never seen a spinnerbait. So as you can see there, I'm using that rolling action of the rod. I'm letting the weight of the lure load the rod up, and then I'm using the rod to load up and drive that spinnerbait low to the water and get it to skip up underneath that rope all the way down and then underneath the dock. So it's what you want to do with this spinnerbait, and you need the outfit. You need to have your settings as light as possible. I have all your little weight controls off, all in, and this as loose as I can get it, and just use your thumb to control that line, because as it skips you want it to let the line out. So Corrado 200 G5, glue that squidgy mongrel to your spinnerbait and skip it under some logs and give it a go.